Well, it's drifting out this Kauto Star from 9 to 4. They're asking for 2 to 1 on in places, but it's back to 9 to 4 on generally, is the show that you could bet 2 to 1 on. It was 6 to 4 on, of course, when betting opened on Tuesday. Ustedes is very easy at 4 to 1. Money for Central House, though. The Irish Challenger, 12 to 1 into 9 to 1, 16 bar. What price on the exchange now are they offering this Kauto Star female?
2 on, Mac, 2 on solid. On. It was best when we spoke about it earlier at 4 to 7. Now 2 on, and even that not offered confidently. Central House, though, is the only alternative in the race that is being backed. The rest are huge drifters.
So we're about to see a tremendous two-miler here. There is Kauto Star's owner, Clive Smith, who had on the morning on this morning, just looking a little bit nervous. Don't blame him. He's got such an exciting horse here, and a horse that could just go into the record books one day. It's just that promising after his win in the Betfair Chase at Haydock. Really did look something special that day, and now has one of the highest ratings for a chaser for a while. Kauto Star with the white face there. Bookmakers not taking many chances with him. I was just looking down at the ring, and not even Barry Dennis is taking any chances. 2 to 1 on, Barry's going. And a huge crowd turning up, 1 or 2 a bit keen. Dempsey on the right, Central House in the white jacket. Central House, who went to post with tremendous enthusiasm. He looked superb on the way down. The Irish Raider in the hands of Roger Loughran. Kauto Star being turned on the far side by Ruby Walsh. Starter begging these 2 riders at the head of them to just hold back. And away they go now for the William Hill Tingle Creek Chase, and towards the first of 13 fences. Central House and Dempsey both intent on being up with the pace as they go towards the first, and it was Dempsey from Central House. Hula Baloo just over in 3rd place ahead of his stable companion Kauto Star. Once again they'll be missing the open ditch. They'll jump the plain fence, the inside portion of what'll be the final fence after another circuit, and Dempsey led. 2 in 2nd, Central House. Kauto Star is out wide then, the white-faced Kauto Star of Hula Baloo, followed by Voipur Ustedes in the pink cap. Back in the field is Photo Island, and finally last year's 3rd, Oneway. Dempsey from Central House as they make their way uphill towards a right-hand turn. There's about 4 lengths then back to Hula Baloo and Kauto Star. Voipur Ustedes in 5th place. And finally, Photo Island towards the rear with Oneway, the white-faced Oneway in the black and red striped jacket there, worn by Richard Johnson. So down the hill then, towards the 3rd fence, Dempsey and Central House. It looked as though it might be a frenetic pace going towards the 1st fence. It's just settled down a bit, and it's Dempsey from Central House. Conditions are quite testing here, though. The going on the chase course soft. As they jump the 3rd, Dempsey a good jump from in 2nd, Central House, Hula Baloo, then Kauto Star, Voipur Ustedes, Oneway just ahead of Photo Island now, and there'll be about 10 or 12 lengths first to last as they enter the back straight and heading towards the next plain fence on this long line of fences down Sandown's back straight. And Dempsey by 3 or 4 lengths to Central House. Hula Baloo and Kauto Star still racing in tandem, followed by Voipur Ustedes, who's just hunting round behind Kauto Star. Slight mistake by the leader Dempsey at that, as now they head towards an open ditch. Dempsey clear. Jumps this better from Central House. Kauto Star very fluent. So too Voipur Ustedes. And Robert Thornton is watching Ruby Walsh's every move on Voipur Ustedes as they go halfway down the back straight to the water jump. Dempsey by 4 or 5 lengths. Got in a bit tight, Central House. Then Voipur Ustedes and Kauto Star together now from Hula Baloo, Oneway and Photo Island. Now the railway fences then. 3 in a line, close together. Dempsey in the centre. On the right, the extreme right Kauto Star. And down there Dempsey sprawls, hampers Central House. Hula Baloo done few favours, there's a loose horse. Here's the next, Kauto Star just in front of Voipur Ustedes. Photo Island a mistake this time. The last in the back straight, Kauto Star jumping his way into the lead. And 12 months ago Mick Fitzgerald felt he'd been in front too long, and maybe Ruby will want this lead from Robert Thornton on Voipur Ustedes as they turn out of the back straight, and he's got a lead now as they go towards the pond fence. They are clear of Oneway in third. Hula Baloo is fourth. These are the two that matter. Voipor Ustedes on the left, last season's Arkle winner. On the right, Kauto Star. They're clear of last year's third. Oneway, Hula Baloo and Fota Island down towards the pond fence. Voipor Ustedes and Kauto Star, they're going to take it just about together here. Kauto Star, a lovely jump on the far side. Very nimble, this horse. He's quickly ahead now of Voipor Ustedes, who's now got 2.5 lengths to make up, going towards the second last. Kauto Star comes in to take it, didn't get too high, brushed through the top, took a slight chance there, but it didn't stop him, and he's drawing further away from Voipor Ustedes with one fence left to go. Kauto Star bidding for his second. Tingle Creek over the last, flicks through the top. He's 6-7 lengths clear of Voipor Ustedes running up the hill, and he's still, oh, he's on the bridle, this horse. Kauto Star is absolutely hacking it. This could be a superstar. Kauto Star being eased down, an astonishingly easy win. A second Tingle Creek for Kauto Star, who gets a little pat down the neck from Ruby Walsh. Voipor Ustedes in second place, Oneway third, then Central House, followed by Hula Baloo and Fota Island, the last to complete. Well, completely untroubled to win, Kauto Star. Similar manner to victory at Haydock first time out in the Betfair Chase. Drops back a mile in distance today to win over 2 miles in similarly effortless fashion, showing the versatility of a really top-class horse.
Kauto Star returned the 9-4 on favourite. It opened 6-4 on Tuesday. I think that was an unfair starting price, but I'll talk about that later. A championship performance, 9-4 on that Kauto Star. His Voipor Ustedes ran bravely in defeat, the 4-1 second best. Oneway was third at 66-1, and this Kauto Star, the sixth favourite in 13 runnings to win it, wins by 7 lengths and the same. And the other favourites to win it, Kauto Star last year, Moscow Flower in 2003, Flag Shabubarales at Cheltenham in 2000, and Alan's odds-on Soundman twice in the mid-90s. And he's the fourth horse to win it at least twice as a non-handicap. Moscow Flower won it twice, Flag Shabubarales 3 times, Soundman twice. 5-2 joint favourite a year ago. A smashing performance by Kauto Star, and the fourth win in the race for Paul Nicholls, Kauto Star himself, Chenkos and Flag Shabubarales. And Ruby Walsh wins it for the second time, Chenkos in 2002.
Yeah, well done to Clive Smith, because this was a good phone call start of the week. This is 6 out, and Dempsey in front at this point has a really nasty fall, gives Andrew Tinkler a real crack just as he goes down, just stays on with him too long, but hopefully he got up all right afterwards. Hula Baloo just pressing to stay back in. Also Central House, Fota Island got too close, but the two main protagonists got it between them now, and Robert Thornton's got the advantage of the inside rail to run against, but Ruby Walsh, this horse travelled well, jumped well, got a little bit close to the downhill fence, and just sitting trying to get a lead. Probably had a word with Mick Fitzgerald. They discussed last year's race when he won and felt he was in front for a long way, but at this pond fence, Catty gets onto a good stride here, and he gets 2 or 3 lengths in one go.
Yeah, the frightening thing is, Johnny, is that we still don't know how good this horse is, which is why it's so exciting, isn't it? He's hardly come off the bridle again here to beat what we know is a good 2-mile chaser who's beaten the others out of sight, and he's barely come out of second gear. A good jump there at the third last, which I almost demoralised Voipor Ustedes, I thought. But what happened at the second last? Because he's just asking him just to quicken away now, Johnny.
Yeah, I think Ruby sits very quietly, and he goes to one here, and it just suddenly, I think the horse suddenly thought, hang on, what's going on? And he was really clever. He got Ruby out of trouble there, and it happened yesterday at the railway fence on a horse called Coontas. But coming down to the last, gets another short stride, still really quick. But let's hear what Ruby has to say. He's talking to Leslie.
Well, nicely done, Ruby. Couldn't have been easier.
No, it couldn't have been easier. I don't know what I was at the second last. We sort of second last to Gold Cup, though I was winding him up, but he got me out of jail. He's just different. Down the back, ping fences, and then changed his mind the second last and fiddled out. He's special. He's different.
First time at the railway fences, and you'd have thought he'd been over them time and time again.
He did it last year as well. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've always hoped I'd ride a machine, and I have one now.
Well done. Good luck.
The winner of the 2006 Ruby Walsh
Good for him.
This is what people come racing in to see. A class horse who can do it at 3 miles, drop back to 2 miles, absolutely annihilated his field here. Travelled beautifully, but for the second last, whereas Ruby said he got him out of jail. This is a wonderfully classy, adaptable, top-class animal. And look at him standing there, ears pricked. What's all the fuss about? Well, the fuss is about an exceptional horse on the rise. Every option in the book open to him. He goes to the King George, and one just shudders to think how good he could be given a fair wind.
Let's just have a look at that last fence again. Now this time the race is well and truly over. Now what happens here, Johnny? He knows he's made a mistake 2 out.
Well, all he wants to do is get him over it quickly, and that's, we were talking earlier about what he's good at, and it's using his front end and losing very little rhythm while he's doing it. And you bear in mind that I don't even think he wants soft ground. It's an exceptional performance. Looking forward to see him now in the King George, and of course the £1 million bonus is still very much on the cards for him.
Now, it's Paul Nicholls. Paul, he must have been slightly nervy beforehand. You got a horse of this quality. He could not have done it better.
No. He'd have looked silly in his box, wouldn't he, today?
Yes, he would.
I must admit, I've never felt pressure like I have these last 2 days. The amount of people come up to me and say, oh, you're brave, oh, you're doing something stupid. But I wouldn't be running him if I'd had half an excuse not to today. And look at him, he's hardly blown. He's hardly blew his last 2 runs.
He's happy as Larry.
3 weeks to the King George is a long time.
And this keep his back down for that, won't it?
And he's not the sort of horse that needs lots of work. You can keep him fresh and tick him over. And my head lad rides him every day, and he knows the time of day. He never had a doubt about it.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are thrilled he is here, of course, as well. And it's a bold call, but it's the sensible call.
You don't buy horses, have horses to leave them in the box. And I forget who it was just now, said to me, oh, that's brave running him. I said, well, that's perhaps why we train plenty of winners.
Been brave running him and foolish keeping him at home.
As I said, he looked stupid in his box, wouldn't he?
Right, and everything going for the King George now is great.
Well, you know, God willing, he's all right. You know, we'll see tomorrow. Didn't have any scratches on him, and, you know, everything's all right. He'll be there. If he's not right, he won't be.
Thanks for running him, and the best of luck with him.
OK, thanks very much.
Well, I'm delighted that despite Barry Dennis making him his Bismarck, Clive, he proved him wrong.
Well, let's say the whole team did. It's fantastic. Yes, Ruby just said he's a horse in a lifetime, and perhaps I'll be lucky enough to have one.
It must have been even easier than you could have hoped.
It was, yes. I just couldn't believe it was so easy for him. I mean, don't want to be too optimistic about everything, but he was fantastic.
And apart from the second last, the jumping, particularly at the railway fences, was very
It just shows
good.
how clever he is, though, isn't he? I mean, he made a mistake, or a mistake was made, and he got away with it.
Did Ruby have anything else to say when he got off?
Well, he just said, as I said, he was such fantastic. He said he was going so easy all the time, and he looked like it, didn't he? He looked like he was going so easy, so it was just a great thrill.
Perfect prep for the King George.
Perfect prep for the King George.
And well done for being brave and for making the entry.
Thank you very much indeed. No trouble.
Well done.
Thank you.